Lexus, you always challenging me. You know I love it when you challenge me, so let's do it.
Had to wear the Proving Grounds jersey today for this gameplay because I'm pretty excited. All right, what's the game plan, guys?
We'll just play sides if that's possible. But
Pass the ball, exploit mismatches, kick out.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. We'll see the New York Knicks facing the Houston Rockets. Tip-off goes to Houston. And so game one of the Western Conference Final is now underway. So with Pippen sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. We've got Harden. Olajuwon is out there with Wembanyama. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's George in at the 3 spot. And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. On the wing, Harden, defended by Paul. Here's Wade. And the rebound goes to Nash. And there's the feed to Paul. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist.
How about that slick little move from CP3 to get the score inside?
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Rick Adelman for a minute. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Evan?
Thank you, David.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, what a surprise. James Harden has finished a play with contact and gets a chance for the three-point the old-fashioned way. Nicely done, James.
Nash against Wade. Nash, the pass to Paul. Over Harden. Again, the miss by Paul. First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Harden with it. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
It will be a rejump.
So it's the Knicks now. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for Houston. Over to the left wing. Passes to Leonard. Now here's Paul. 4 on the clock. Puts one up from 19. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim.
Now the mid-range is Kawhi's bread and butter. This guy can get to his spots and take whatever he wants.
Harden kicks to George. Pass to Wembanyama. Wade feeling it out a bit. Now the pass to George. Shoots over Leonard. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
You can see there's complete trust in Paul George in pick and rolls. Fantastic at taking advantage of the defense and the separation they give him.
Now here's Duncan. Pass to Nash for 3. Hakeem Olajuwon grabs the rebound. And so Harden will bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 1. Here's Wembanyama. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Embiid.
A generational talent for Wembanyama. The sky is the limit and the reality.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Olajuwon against Embiid. There's Nash with the 3. It's rebounded by New York. Olajuwon's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Wembanyama.
Watch out. Yes, Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Rockets trail by 3. quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Embiid dishes to Nash. From outside, off the mark.
Got his hand out enough on that one to bother the three-point attempt. Great hustle on that one.
You know, we talk about this time and time again, trying to stay connected to shooters along the perimeter. Nicely done.
Now here's Embiid. After Dwayne Wade's miss, that's a 2 from Paul. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Olajuwon's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Harden inside the three-point line. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Olajuwon with the block.
Without a doubt, one of the most versatile shot blockers in the game. Olajuwon does it in the painted area as well as along the perimeter.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, this is why you hate to lose momentum. It can be hard to get it back.
And here are the Rockets now. It's a 5-point game. Back to Leonard. Will it go? Another miss by Houston.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's Paul. And here's Embiid. Leonard inside, defended by George.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Wembanyama passes to Harden. Outside, Olajuwon. He kicks it to George. Passes it to Wembanyama. Yep, that one goes in there. And it's 8 points for Victor Wembanyama.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Now, here's Nash. He has yet to score. Embiid against Olajuwon. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Wade outside, puts up a deep 3. The Knicks rebound.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The Knicks leading by 9. Here's Wade, and it's Wade with the jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I know it's early, but you have got to like the dominance down low. Right now, they are playing bully basketball.
Now here's Duncan. Pass to Leonard. Three-pointer. Hakeem Olajuwon grabs the rebound. Olajuwon's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And on the glass so far, it hasn't even been close. Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Timeout called the Rockets.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Stockton's checked in for Paul. Rockets trail by 14. Outside Leonard. The pass to Stockton. Back to Leonard. Over George. And just miss after miss right now.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
Knocks it loose. Pass to Harden. Wade outside. Over Nash. Tim Duncan with the rebound.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over.
There's Nash with the three. That's good, and a nice assist from Stockton.
And the jump shot of Nash. Poetry in motion. A super efficient shooter from downtown.
Wade outside. Launches a three. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
The shot's good from Stockton.
Yeah, you've seen Kawhi evolve as a facilitator over the last several years. Love to see him setting up his teammates.
Wade outside. Inside. Olajuwon trying to break free. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The defender all over.
New York shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Considered by many to be the best prospect since LeBron James, Wembanyama seems determined to reach his full potential.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Dwight Howard's checked in for Embiid. Pierce comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Ginobili in for Nash. The Knicks leading by 11. Now Wade. Harden finds Gasol. Over Howard. New York missing again.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
And then Pierce with a dunk.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Right. You can see on that possession, one side playing with a little desperation, the other side losing focus.
Gasol. Second chance effort. Rebounded by Howard.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Pierce kicks to Stockton. From the arc. The shot by Pierce will not go. And here's Wembanyama. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. They have a 9-point lead.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Here's Leonard. James Harden picking up that last basket. Leonard looking over the floor. That's tipped. Paul George with the steal. Unable to get that one. And so it's the New York Knicks holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And we're ready to get back into the action here in Game 1. Let's see what this quarter has in store for us. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Knicks team out there today.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
So with Pippen sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Bosh is out there with Marc Gasol. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Harden. And it's Wade in at the 2.
And this is how assertive Ginobili is. Outstanding with the catch and shoot.
Harden against Paul. Offensive rebound. Here's Bosh. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Paul against Harden. Paul's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Wade up top. He's covered by Ginobili. No good from Wade. Rockets trail by 11. Ginobili dishes to Paul. A 3 ball. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Paul's got 7.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Gasol finds George. And they recover it. Back to Gasol. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And, you know, we may see Gasol all over the court, but he's still best inside. Has an array of post moves, plus a beautiful touch.
Ginobili the pass to Paul. Fires the 3. Again, the miss by Paul. The Knicks leading by 10. Here's George. Bosch trying to free himself up. Excellent D from Howard. To the inside. A shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. He feeds it to Bosch. Shot clock at 6. Count that bucket.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Here's Ginobili following the basket by Chris Bosch. Outside Carter and the foul on Paul Pierce. That's his first foul for the Rockets. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Duncan comes in for Pierce. And it's Nash in for Manu Ginobili.
Rockets
then for the Knicks. Olajuwon comes in for Gasol. And it's Booker in for Wade.
Well, free throw attempt numbers indicate just how difficult someone is to guard. Booker's certainly in the hard-to-check category. You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Hall finds Duncan. Nash with no one around. Drills the three-pointer. Nash has got his second basket of the night.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now, here is Harden. 5 points in the game. Embiid against Olajuwon. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Rockets trail by 11. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Paul, good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Paul's got 9.
Well, you think because of his frame it would be easy to knock Chris Paul off balance, but this guy has concentration and tenacity. Really good job keeping his focus.
Now, here's George. He's got 8. And he knocks down the jumper. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
Now here's Paul. 9 points in the game so far. To the right side. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by New York. They've led by as many as 14 points. Here's Booker. That one's rebounded by Embiid. And it's Paul with the ball for Houston. They trail by 11. And Duncan throws it down.
Now CP3 knows every string to pull on the offensive end. What a pretty pass.
Booker outside. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. That one drops one. Olajuwon's got his second basket of the game.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely zero chance of a comeback. And nice finish by him.
Now here's Paul. Pocket 6. There's Nash with the 3. Hands it from downtown. Nash has got a couple of three-pointers in the second for the Rockets.
Those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Harden with it. He's got 5. George finds Olajuwon. Good D by Embiid.
And his defense so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Vince Carter picks one up.
Boy, Paul George continues to prove himself an elite offensive threat.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Houston. Stockton comes in for Paul. And New York with a change here, too. Wembanyama is checked in. Stockton can't get it to go. The Knicks leading by 10. And George, here we go. That's good. It's Olajuwon with the assist. George has got 9 points in the quarter.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot.
Passes it to Stockton. Connects from three-point range.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free T-shirt. Let's hear it, fans!
The Knicks making a switch here. Pippen's checked in.
For your Houston Dancers.
Here's Harden. 5 points in the game. Exit out to Booker. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Nuggets trail by 9. Nash left side. Pass to Stockton. Duncan against Wembanyama. Outside Leonard. Shot clock at 5. Houston needs to get a shot off. Here's Duncan. Olajuwon grabs the miss. Olajuwon's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Harden looking it over. Pippen with a wide open look. Off target with his 3. On offense, here are the Rockets. 9-point game. Here's Embiid. And the rejection by Wembanyama. And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another.
Now here's Booker. Fantastic finish by Booker.
Boy, just tremendous focus from Devin Booker. On the interior, it matters not if he's facing size. Look out.
Stockton passes to Duncan.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Now here's Leonard. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Leonard's got his second bucket tonight.
Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Harden outside. Booker with no one around buries the long-range jumper.
3.
Booker's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, you like that he shakes off that rocky first period and knocks down a shot. Nice.
Nash the pass to Duncan. A minute 20 left in the first half of basketball. Stockton's shot is good.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pippen, the pass to Harden, lets the 3 fly, and again, New York with the triple.
The three-point shooting of James Harden has always been pure.
Stockton down low, guarded by Harden. That one's in there. The New York lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from John Stockton. The pass to Booker. From deep. And James Harden with the 3.
3 points.
Harden's got the lead up to 14 now for the Knicks.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Tipped away. Pippen with the steal. To the middle. Here's Olajuwon. And it's Olajuwon with the jam.
Assisted.
I mean, I hope he can appreciate the torque that kind of move generates. He just has that natural explosiveness. The dream is something to behold.
Now here's Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Stockton left side, and they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable, it creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the New York Knicks.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal checking out New York. Boy, have they ever started this series off on the right foot. They've thrown down the gauntlet here in Game 1 with their intensity and effectiveness on both ends of the floor. Now, they've got a little bit of an intimidation factor going into the second half. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Knicks.
Their passing was clearly superior in the first half. That's all for now.
We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. It's been one outstanding game from George.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
So with Howard sitting on the bench, this is Rick Adelman's lineup. We've got Duncan, Paul out there with Nash. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Embiid in at the center. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Okay, Dwayne Wade still showing a little get up and go at the rim. Nice dunk.
Paul dishes to Embiid. Takes a three. The shot by Paul, no good.
Terrific closeout there to challenge the three.
It may be the You got to be kidding.
Merciless move by Scotty with the ball, completely unbalancing the defender.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Paul passes to Duncan. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Leonard inside. Pippen on him. Elijah Wan with the block.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
And it's Paul with the ball for Houston. Down low, Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
And you do not want to be on the receiving end of that. Embiid throwing it down with some funk.
Pass to Pippen. Nash against Wade. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Pippen's got 3 assists tonight. Passes to Leonard. And the 3 off target.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Clearly a foul.
This is his first trip to the line tonight, and that one misses.
Hard not to be impressed by Dwayne Wade's natural ability as a scorer. I mean, he works hard, no doubt, but this guy just has a gift for finding his shot.
George is checked in for New York. Ben Simmons comes in for Booker. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Well, poor rotations, poor communication. There's a lot to figure out right now.
And here are the Rockets now. Paul outside. Six on the shot clock. Back to Nash. Over Wade. The Rockets with another miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Simmons finds Wade. Back to Simmons. Some nice passing by New York here. Pass to Wembanyama. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. And the rejection by Embiid.
And how about the anticipation from the big fella? Embiid is one of the league's premier shot blockers.
Paul passes to Embiid. It's rebounded by New York. Olajuwon's New York leading by 23. Dishes to Simmons. Poked away and taken away by Paul. Looking to end his cold spell. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Well, a tremendous call by Chris Paul. Refuses to back off, doesn't waste a look, and gets a foul for his work.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. New York with the ball. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And here is Simmons. No scoring in this one. Here's Wade. He shoots again, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. That free throw good from Wade.
Well, when Dwayne Wade is able to stay healthy, he has proven he's still very effective. This guy is smart, he's decisive, and he can play at a high level.
And it's sent back by George.
Nick's foul.
The Rockets have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Second team
That
foul.
free throw missing.
At the line for your Rockets, Tim Duncan.
And he sinks the second.
Yeah, the quiet intensity that Duncan brings, just incredible. He's a consistent force whose teammates really look up to.
Olajuwon against Embiid. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Embiid. It's his first trip to the line. First one falls for him.
Shooting for New York, Hakeem Olajuwon.
And Olajuwon drops them both. And so here is Houston. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Well, for Chris Paul, the ability to dribble, drive, and draw contact has been one of the defining characteristics of his game.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for New York.
And they're playing beautiful basketball right now, racking up the assists by playing so unselfishly, just finding the open man.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
Great job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Only their first turnover of the game, taking terrific care of the basketball.
The Rockets really having a tough go here. And the pass to Nash. Back to Paul. Over Simmons. It's sent back down by Simmons. That's good from Wade on the assist by Wembanyama. 14 points for Dwayne Wade. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Houston Rockets. Kicks it to Nash. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Such an unpredictable player. Nash keeps defenses on their toes and just baits them into mistakes. Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Pierce comes in for Tim Duncan. And it's Carter in for Kawhi Leonard. And then for New York, Marc Gasol is checked in for Olajuwon. And Bosh is subbed in for Wembanyama. And so here is Houston. Nash, the pass to Paul. Another miss by Houston.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
That one falls.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Nash, the pass to Paul. good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 3 assists now in this one.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
George, no good. Pass to Pierce. Finished off the break. Pierce has got his second buck ball.
Chris Paul is such a natural facilitator. His ability to read angles and deliver the ball on time and on target is special.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Houston making some changes. Howard comes in for Embiid, and Ginobili subbed in for Nash.
You cannot give Paul George these extra chances. This guy is deadly from the free throw line throughout his career.
George against Carter. Here's Paul. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Paul's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
To the middle. It's tipped. Stolen by Pierce. Paul outside. He kicks to Ginobili. Pierce trying to break free. No good from Ginobili.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Outside, Pierce. He dishes it to Ginobili. Back to Pierce. Over in the corner, Paul. Gasol pulls it in.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Ginobili, the pass to Carter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Manu Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 3rd assist on the night. Passes it to Bosh. The dish to George. Simmons looking around. Just 5 to shoot. Goes up the baseline, and the Knicks getting another bucket right there.
And that keeps him perfect from the field this quarter.
Bounce pass from Paul. Here's Pierce. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
It's on Chris Bosh.
And we know Pierce has the jumper, but you can also pound it inside with it.
And the Rockets making a change here. Stockton's checked in. Pippen's checked in for the Knicks. James Harden comes in for Simmons. Harden against Stockton. 20 feet out. The offensive rebound. Bosh dishes to Gasol, and there it is for him.
Marc Gasol.
Gasol's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Yeah, just showing off that strength in that upper body. Gasol is able to overpower the defender inside.
Pierce kicks to Stockton. Pass to Carter. Beyond the arc. And Pippen pulls it down.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Bosh trying to free himself up, and he makes that one. Harden's got 15.
Well, James Harden has made a living out of tough shot making. And I'll tell you, the defense pretty good right there. James Harden just better.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, easy call.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. Pierce hits 2. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Stockton against Harden. Dishes it to Pippen. Some nice passing by New York here. Here's George, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, Paul George is a difficult defensive assignment precisely for this reason. He's going to force you into contact.
That one misses. And so it's Houston with it. Carter on the wing. Lets it go from deep. Nailed from 3-point land. Carter's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Rockets. The 3 from Harden. Traps in the tray.
James Harden.
Harden's got 5 points now this quarter.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Knicks out front, running away with this one. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next.
All right, great pace. Great.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. So with Wade on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. All out there with Booker, and it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Chris Bosh, and it's Pippen in at the 3.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
They get a hand on it. Pippen, the pass to ball. Right side Bosh. And it's Paul Pierce with the rebound. And so it's Pierce with it. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets.
Obviously, Vince Carter's ability to defy gravity is eye-catching. But everything else he does on the floor equally is important. He is a complete player.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Embiid, he's checked in for Howard. Duncan comes in for Paul Pierce. Leonard, he's checked in for Ginobili. Nash is subbed in for John Stockton. And then for New York, Olajuwon's checked in for Gasol. Victor Wembanyama comes in for Bosh. And it's Wade in for Ball. Outside Leonard. And there's the pass to Nash. Off target from outside. The Knicks leading by 23. Here's Wade. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wade's got 14 points now in the second half.
Well, Dwayne Wade simply dominating on offense, and he's making it look easy, guys.
Nash, the pass to Carter. Good, and the assist goes to Nash.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Leonard inside, defended by Booker. Duncan against Wembanyama. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Second personal foul.
Tremendous score with the ball in his hands. Duncan, just too much for the D to handle.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Pippen finds Wembanyama. Back to Pippen. A shot by Wembanyama, no good. It's trailed by 21. Nash, left side. Pass to Carter. Back to Nash. With the floater, and he sinks the layup.
And Nash is such a clever player, a sensational floater from such an unpredictable player.
Wade outside, passes it to Booker. Outside for Wembanyama. Lock at 6. Wade for 3. New York, no good that time either.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand up on that deep ball.
Well, tremendous effort, tremendous timing. The ability to alter shots on the perimeter, that was beautiful.
Here's Wade. That one's off, still out of sync.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Devin Booker has prided himself on talking to all the game's greats because he believes his talent is worthy of that. This guy, an all-around threat who's so dangerous with the ball.
Free throw, good, Booker. Both free throws good from Booker.
An elite offensive threat. Booker continues to try and find ways to improve his game.
Nash outside. Wants to get it to Duncan, and does.
And he's been a force on the glass all game long.
A lot of it comes down to great fundamentals. Establishing position early, controlling the backboard.
And that one, good.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
The Knicks leading by 17. Pass to Olajuwon. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Embiid. Here's Carter. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Devin Booker. That's good from Carter. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the Knicks. And he makes both free throws. And so here is New York. Wade outside. Outside, Simmons. Popped up there for Wade. And Wembanyama throws it down.
A big-time slam by Wembanyama. This is why you got to push him out of the paint.
Nash outside. A floater, and that's 2 points on the layup. Nash has got 6 in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Wembanyama looking it over. Outside, Simmons. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Olajuwon. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And the Knicks lead by 17.
And that's the rub. I mean, as good as Olajuwon is on the blocks, he can be equally as effective from mid-range.
Outside Leonard. Now Nash. From downtown. They get it back. And Duncan throws it down.
And how about the timing from Duncan on the glass? Getting there to collect that offensive rebound and the putback.
Here's Wade. Chalk up 2 there.
Dwayne Wade.
Wade's got 16 points here in the second half.
After an ice-cold start to this game, he is pouring it on here in the second half.
Wembanyama with it. Guarded now by Nash. That one goes in.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Nash kicks to Duncan. There's the pass to Carter. Over Simmons. The putback. And Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. And it's Pippen in the corner. Wembanyama trying to free himself up. Duncan with the block.
And setting the tone with that rejection. Duncan, the defensive anchor of this team.
Count it. And that's 21 points for Steve Nash.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And the rejection by Embiid. Nash outside. Lets it go with a 3. Kept alive by Houston. Duncan. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Pippen with it. And it's Carter picking him up. Carter against Pippen. Fades and shoots. No good from Simmons.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
Feeds it to Nash. It's rebounded by New York. Wembanyama has got rebound number 13 with that last one. Now, here's Pippen. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 19.
Easy to understand why they give Pippen the ball in that area, because this guy knows how to take advantage.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Chris Paul's checked in for Houston. Paul George is checked in for New York. James Harden comes in for Ben Simmons. Here's Leonard. Pass to Paul.
2 minutes remaining.
Kicks it to Embiid. Back to Paul. 5 to shoot. Over Harden. The shot's good from Paul. Paul's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Man, Chris Paul under duress of the defense. What concentration.
Played outside. Here's the three. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 4 assists now tonight.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal
personal foul.
Beyond the leaning, you can see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Ginobili, he's checked in for the Rockets. Stockton comes in for Paul. Then for the Knicks, Bosh is checked in for Wembanyama. Pippen comes in for George. And it's Ben Simmons in for James Harden. Pass to Simmons. Puts up a deep three. Out to Wade. Lobbed up there for Wade. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And there's Stockton. That's good on the assist by Ginobili.
This is what they needed earlier on. At some point, it's too little, too late.
Yeah, but then again, this run came against a team that may have felt it had already won, and you get the sense it let its guard down.
Deep 2 from Pippen. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Leonard. And so Stockton will bring it up for the Rockets. They trail by 18. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Duncan, Embiid trying to break loose.
Oh, using that length on defense, Bosh positioning himself well to come up with the block.
Simmons with it. So the New York Knicks have won the series.
And what an amazing accomplishment. You could tell from the moment these playoffs began that this group was committed to making a deep run. They believed in themselves, and they continue to believe that they'll be the ones hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of this postseason.
And they had to battle out a tough Western Conference to make it here. They overcame a lot of challenges along the way.
Yeah, I mean, credit to everyone from the players to the coaches to the front office. This team was built to contend, and all that hard work from everyone has paid off. Now they turn their attention to the ultimate prize, winning the NBA championship.
But for the moment, the celebration continues for the Western Conference champions. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.